Today is May 18th, nighttime, and I had recorded the video for when I went to do grocery shopping. Okay, I had to go to three places. One, I went to Indian grocery store. Then I went to the gas pump, and then I went to the other store. So, like I still have to upload the previous videos, but in my previous videos, I showed how immediately when I came out of my neighborhood, there was a car standing, and not my neighborhood, my subdivision that I am in. There was a car standing in the middle lane, right? So you know where those yellow lines are, so that's like a middle lane. The people are coming here in this lane, then there's a middle lane, and then I'm going here, right? I was going this way, and there was a white car that was just standing there, no four-way flashes on, nothing. So this is how my gang stalking was going on back in 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18. For a few years that was going on. It was extreme. I used to see a lot of strange random cars along with cop cars as well, not only there but also in my subdivision also. Now they just gave me shooting needle pain in the right side of my leg as I'm speaking. So they wanted to make issue about, and I already knew when I left my, see, they had stopped gang stalking for past 2-3 years. Second time they just gave me shooting needle pain in the right side of my leg, okay? The second time they just gave me, it's very shooting pain that they are, needle pain they are giving. Now they are giving me electric shock on the right side of my head as I'm speaking. So why? Because, oh, I was recording the video. I have to record the criminals, right? Because that is, see, again, third time. See, I told you how now they are giving me electric shock. Oh, why you are recording the video, right? So they now even want to make more issue about that thing. You see, oh, fourth. Now they are giving me fourth shooting needle pain in the right side. Fifth. Okay, they are continuously giving me these shooting needle pain. They just started. There was nothing. I came home, I washed dishes, I cooked dinner, I made lunch for my hubby, I did laundry. There was nothing. We just did some other stuff. There was nothing. They just started doing it. Okay, so they want to make issue about it. So the car was standing there, and this is how the gang stalking has started. So they can do as much electric shock they want to do because they are the ones who placed that gang stalker there. And that I had to make the video to show it to the people that how my gang stalking was going on from 2014 to 2018. Okay, and that car that was just standing there, and I was seeing it from far off. So now I went inside that lane, and I was about to, I placed my four-way flashes on, and then immediately that car started to drive back. And then I was kind of following, and it literally like flew away. Like we are not on a main road. We are still within within my neighborhood, and we do not have a lot of like speed limits here. It's like around 30. And guess, I mean, literally that car flew off. I could barely even take it in my, I could barely see it in my view. So I had to stop recording because I didn't want to keep holding my phone, right? But I had to record that thing because this is not just one car. This was going on every single time I would come out of my house when the gang stalking was going on. Like I said, for past 2 years. I haven't seen any gang stalking happen like this, the way I'm showing in this videos. So when I was even coming back, I showed you how there was a maroon car standing on the right side of the road. And of course it was raining, so their headlights was on, but that's okay. But regardless, even if it wouldn't rain, then in broad daylight when there is sunlight, they will have literally headlights on just to make me aware that, oh, we are standing, because either they want to make issue about either I brought something, or it could be about hygiene thing, or it could be, oh, why you brought lottery ticket, or why you cashed it, or why you or hygiene thing, like I said, or, oh, your hubby is home and you're still not at home. So anyways, all that. So why that car was there? Why I knew that after 2 years that there was no gang stalking? How come I already knew, or I had a feeling that there would be a car standing, or the for this gang stalking purpose? Because today, my like I said in my previous video, my mother-in-law, she already like washed utensils. Either they wanted to make issue about it, but why she had to do it? Because they did not let me do it yesterday night. Okay, when they started to give me shooting needle pain in my right side of my neck, my collarbone, and the right side of my neck, and literally blocking, like it literally blocks my neck, it restricts, that is the correct word, it restricts the neck movement. And it's extremely painful the way they started to do it. So yeah, it was very bothering. So there's no way I can wash utensils like that when they are continuously giving me. So I had to left it. And so today, and now they are giving me burning sensation in the right side of my cheek as I'm speaking. So today she washed it, and I had to upload all these videos because yesterday I had to literally make 5 to 6 videos on these neck pain that they started to give me, and then the stones that they placed in my food. So yeah, and then they also had started to give me pain in the where your eyelid, your underneath the eyebrows on both the sides. You feel that bone underneath your eyebrows, like where the eyebrows start. That is where it started to pain, and I felt like little heaviness in my forehead area. So I knew all this was being done by these very people, because it was draining, not only draining a lot of my energy from all these continuous torture. And of course, even after making them their dinner, there was a raving of the engine right when I was making my hubby's break lunch. Yeah, either they wanted to make issue about that, or they wanted to make issue about the dinner I had cooked. So there was something. And then the centipede, the dead centipede that they placed in the Coca-Cola carton, I said, right? So anyways, today I went to the Indian grocery store. There I had to use this hand sanitizer to I placed it on the tissue, and I wiped the umbrella handle. So they wanted to make issue about that. So from there I came to gas pump, right, to fill up the gas. So immediately, right where the gas pump is, right next to gas pump, like right here, there is a fire truck station in EMS. So immediately the fire truck started and it went this way. And before even I could record I could grab my phone and record it, like that thing was gone. But immediately they started. So I knew that they want to make issue about me using the hand sanitizer, or me coming to the pump, because pump is also like, and I should not go to, they used to do it even in my own house. If I go to bathroom before I go to serve, or before I enter the kitchen, they used to make all these raving of the engines and ambulance sirens and cuts or centipedes in my pathway, or like that kind of, because back then a lot of weird insect activity was going on in my house, a lot. And they almost like stopped a lot ever since I started to watch Almas Jacobs video. They stopped all these weird insect I would say almost 90%. They stopped weird insect activities in my house. They stopped giving me cuts on my face, on my hands. They stopped giving me many other stuff that they were doing a lot before, like a lot of helicopter activities that they were doing. And of course, even when my mother-in-law and father-in-law, like they moved with us, that is when also their helicopter activity lessened. But the moment they leave, say even if they go to store for like 4 or 5 hours, then the helicopters will find some kind of reason to come and fly by. And they've already confirmed this when I was talking in some video, and they actually gave me twitch on the left side of my leg. Oh yeah. When you are on the front of the house, we send the helicopters in front. So if you are in office and we want to make issue about something that you are saying, then yeah, we send helicopter on that side. If you're in your living room and where the windows are, that is where we send the helicopters. If you are in the kitchen side, then we put the helicopter in your kitchen side where you are. So they have already confirmed that. So we know all these helicopter activities are being done by these very people, and they are not random. So I went to the gas pump, and so fire trucks goes, okay. So they already made issue, and then about this hygiene stuff, okay. And then I am from the gas station, I'm heading towards my house, but then there's a grocery store. But before even I hit that grocery store, there was a car. No, actually, I went to the grocery store, and then there I used the bathroom. Now I never use restrooms in grocery stores unless and until it's absolute emergency. And so far for past 12 years that I'm in this city, oh, now they started to pull my right side of my eardrum. Oh, no, 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 you cannot use restroom. See, I told you, even in my own house they used to do all this. No, no, you cannot go to restroom before you enter a kitchen, okay. Because I think once I use restroom, I'm not going to use my hands, and with the same shitty ass hands, I'm gonna start cooking everywhere, that is their BS mentality. So guess what? In this past 12 years, I think I might have used groceries restroom probably 3 or 4 times in past 12 years. So you can imagine that only during some emergency time I have to use it. So I had to use the restroom, okay? And so I went it, and guess what? Their soap was not proper. Like it wouldn't lather, it wouldn't foam properly, and I just didn't feel anything on my hands. And thank goodness that I carry a paper soap from India, and that lathers so well, and that I wash my hands well, and after that I leave, and I never touch any doors. I don't touch even the tap. I don't touch anything. I even open the door with my foot. So once my hands are cleaned, it's clean, okay? So anyways, and still they want to make issue about it. Like I said, they immediately started to pull my right side of my eardrum as I'm speaking, okay? Now they're not doing it, but they did a little bit. So then when I come out, there's a maroon car standing on the right side. I showed you in the previous video. And then the moment I'm entering my own neighborhood, there was a fire truck right behind me. And as if it was speeding so much, like to make sure that I hear it, I see it, it's fire truck. And then if people are thinking both of the fire trucks was just a random thing, no, they wanted to make issue about this hygiene stuff. So they made this fire truck come all the way to my neighborhood. I already recorded in my previous video. And then when I entered the house, I opened my door, and I have like a stand here. So say this is my door here. And the moment I open the door, there's a stand here, like a table. And we place like keys over there. But right next to the table, there's a fire hose, like what do you call the fire extinguisher? Yeah, fire extinguisher. Exactly like when I placed my foot there, because I wanted to, I think, keep the keys on the table. I still had to take out the groceries and all. So the moment I kept my right foot there, there was a dead centipede that actually stuck the right heel, okay? So why only, so if we already know that anything on the right side means, oh, don't do this, or no, it's a big no, or whatever they want to say. So they used the right side of my heel, and that centipede was stuck to the right heel. And so I literally like screamed because, ew, these are very disgusting insects, and then I never had these insects on my body like ever. They will place all these live insects or dead insects in my path, but they never did like this, But today they were like so aggressive, okay, about all this BS that they keep doing. This is exactly how they did with Myron May. That poor guy, he woke up in the middle of the night, he went to the bathroom, and then he was probably half asleep. I mean, you are not fully awake when you're waking up in the middle of the night, and then he might have used restroom and he might not have washed his hands. So they gave him V2K, voice to skull, that, oh, look how disgusting you are, you did not use soap, you did not wash your hands, and same guilt and humiliation thing that was going on. So they humiliated and made him feel guilty about everything. So Myron May, oh, they just gave me a twitch on the left side of the knee as I'm speaking. So they're even confirming, yeah, we did all that to Myron May. So much torture was given to this guy, and God knows how much we took it, because they give me implanted thoughts. It's a song. It says, Marjani, Marjani. It means, why don't you die? Why don't you die? Okay. So just go die. So whenever they want to say that, they will start playing this song in my head. So it's like an implanted thought. So as Dr. Eric Karlstrom, he has said this, that you have to discern between the implanted thoughts and your own thoughts. And I know what are implanted thoughts, because these are not my thoughts. Whenever I get these kind of songs in my head, which says, Marjani, Marjani, or please, or just go die, why don't you die? Why don't you die? It's these kind of words and sentences I get in my head. And these are all implanted thoughts. And now they are just even twitching the left side of my thigh as I'm speaking, that, yeah, we do give all these kind of implanted thoughts to you. So they try to do mental torture, and Myron May couldn't take it. And so he lashed out at some, and they do a lot of these extreme stuff. I get very much agitated by all these, putting stones in the food. Literally, these people are giving me stones in my food. I mean, what worse is that? Could be that, And then they are placing centipede on the right side of my heel. So where it was placed, again at the fire extinguisher. You see, this is not, so those two fire truck sirens that I could not show you the first one at the gas pump, near the gas pump, but I could definitely show you the fire truck when I was entering the neighborhood, my own neighborhood. So, these are not random things, because they made issue about that fire extinguisher or the fire thing, because everything was all about, oh, hygiene. So, well, I already use hand sanitizer everywhere, even after the gas pump, even after the, wash, using the sanitizer with to wipe the umbrella handle and all that, because it was raining today. So anyways, they want to make issue, they made it. And why they use right heel, I'll tell you. Yesterday night, my father-in-law, he was lying on the sofa. He was on phone. He was lying on the sofa, but his heel was touching the blanket. It's his blanket. He's using it. But I was just sitting on the other couch, and I just had a thought, oh my God. Because see, these people, I told you how they have conditioned my mind all about hygiene stuff. Oh, wash your hands. Oh, you did not wash your hands. We're gonna place cop cars at this grocery store. Oh, you, I don't know, use hand sanitizer or the bathroom. Or we're gonna make issue about it. We're gonna send you the fire trucks after you everywhere. Or we're gonna put centipede under your heel near the fire extinguisher. So anyway, so because they have conditioned my mind so much about the hygiene stuff, so I was just thinking in my mind that, oh, look, the heel is touching the blanket area, right? Because the blanket was on the sofa, and his legs were, how you are lying down, and your heel is, like, your sole is in the air like this, right? So your sole is exposed, like this part is exposed, but you have this thing touching your blanket, right? So that is how his legs were. And so I don't know, they wanted to, so anyways, I just had a thought. And when I had a thought, guess what? I immediately knew that these people will do super interrogation. Now, I even said to myself, and these people read my thoughts, right? So I even said to myself that I wonder how they will do super interrogation about this. I said that yesterday night, right after I had this thought about his heel touching the blanket. And I did not even say heel. I just said, oh, the legs are touching the blanket. Oh, now the blanket is like dirty and all that. I don't know. I just had a thought, and it's not a big thing. I mean, it's his blanket. He uses it. That is his sofa. So I don't know. Like I said, because my mind is conditioned about hygiene stuff, so probably my mind automatically just was thinking about it. But immediate thought came that, oh, these people are going to do super interrogation. So I wonder how they will do it. And sure enough, today, exactly the centipede was placed on the heel region, on my heel, um, and his heel was touching the blanket. You see how the synchronizations were done for super interrogation purpose. So as Robert Duncan says, they do improbable synchronizations. And as Dr. Richard Boylan says, that Area 51 military people, NSA, all these people, Delta Force, Green Beret, SEAL, Navy SEAL, whoever, all these people are doing super interrogation of star kids. So this is how they wanted to do super interrogation. Okay, so it's like they achieved something great by doing the super interrogation. Everything was BS, from the first fire truck to the second fire truck to the centipede near the fire extinguisher, and that car, the white car that was standing in the outside my neighborhood, and the red or maroon car that was standing on the right side, as I showed you in my previous video. So all this BS was going on, and then now they didn't make any issue during dinner time when I was cooking food for my in-laws and my hubby, right? Today they didn't make any issues. Everything turned out good, and even my hubby complimented, like even yesterday he had complimented, but yesterday they wanted to make issue, I guess, so they made it. And then when I went to cook his tomorrow's lunch, and like I said, it was I was making pasta, and I've told you so many times that anytime I use pasta, they want to make issue about it. But this time I used the chickpea pasta, right? So it's a healthier pasta. It has a lot of like proteins in it. So yeah, guess what? So they didn't make issue when I was boiling the pasta. They didn't make any issue when I was chopping the vegetables, and when even I was sautéing the vegetables. They didn't make any issues there. But the moment, and I knew before I grabbed actually not even before, like while I'm going to grab this, it's a seasoning. It's like garlicky, and there's some other seasoning in it. The moment I went to take I had a thought that, oh, these people will rave the bike engine. And I'm still thinking as I'm going to grab that from the cabinet. And here, and I brought it, I sprinkled, just very little bit I sprinkled, and sure enough, there was a raving of the engine. It was not too loud, but it was. And I'll show you how pin drop silence it was. I cooked this at 9:25. It is almost here, I think about 10:30, 11 p.m. At least you get the idea how quiet it is. Okay, so it was this quiet, okay, and yet it was this quiet, and only when I went to sprinkle that, and I already knew why, because previously they have made issue about that seasoning. I don't know why, but yeah, in fact I tasted the pasta, like just a bit of it, just to make sure everything is okay, like salt and this and that, and sure enough, it turned out really good. But yeah, they wanted to make issue, they made it. And guess what? Then I went to, after I'm done cooking his tomorrow's lunch, I went to wash all the utensils from today's dinner. So there were many utensils, and so for all the utensils that I washed, there was no raving of the engine. But the moment when I went to grab by the way, when I was sprinkling that spice, that garlic spice it is, not only the raving happened, but they immediately started to burn right side of my cheek. So you see, the raving is not random. They do it at a particular time. They already have their pawns ready that, oh, now you have to rave here. So they will do the raving, and at the same time they will give me burns on the right side of my cheek. So it was very subtle burn, very subtle burn, but they gave me. Then I went to wash all the utensils. So for half an hour that I'm washing utensils, there was nothing. But the moment that pan was the last, in the pan in which I cooked the pasta, that was the last utensil I took. Because I always like to wash all the oily stuff later, because today there was nothing oily that I had cooked for dinner. It was like a steamed something that I had made. So there was nothing oily other than like the sorting of the pasta. So it was just a bit of it, but I always like to get rid of whatever the little bit of oil is there. I like to wipe it with a tissue, and then I like to just do regular soaping. So anyways, that was the last vessel I took. And sure enough, there was a 2 times this guy revved up the engine, but it was not too loud. Okay. And again, these people, they had stopped giving me the burns. They just gave me burn for like a minute or something when I sprinkled that thing. Then they stopped. Then I washed the utensils for half an hour or 20 minutes or whatever. And then at the last utensil, again, there was twice revving of the engine. And then again, it was the burning of the right side of my cheek. So you see, nothing is random. They do it at a particular time to tell me about a particular thing. They are so precise, okay? And like I said, they have been giving me all these thoughts in my brain that, oh, say if I'm cooking something and they don't want me to cook that thing, or they have a problem with that, then they will immediately start playing this thing in my head. Oh, Marjani, Marjani, like, why don't you die? Why don't you die? Okay. So these kind of songs, they will and I've seen so many times the hacking or these artificial intelligence is done in such a manner that, say I'm doing something, like I said, for example, I'm cooking something that they don't like, and they will immediately start to play these kind of songs. Now, if there is something about Gerald Sosby, ex-FBI agent, I told you he's my stalker, then they will start playing. Now they just gave me electric shock on the right side of my head. So then they will start playing the song. What was it? Yeah, Banja Tu Meri Rani. So you become my queen, and I'll give you this palace. Okay, like it's just a BS thing, but this is how they will start playing a song. Like for a particular person or for a particular thing, they will start to play these songs in my head. I can tell these are like induced ones, okay? Like how they give me induced virtual reality dreams, induced thoughts, induced speech, so it's like that. They will start giving me induced thoughts, and sometimes it's induced speech, as Dr. Eric Karlstrom says. If you don't believe, just look up Dr. Eric Karlstrom and induced speech or induced thoughts. And as Yuval Noah Harari has already said, that human beings are hackable animals. And these people, Almas Jacob has shown so many times that, yeah, they can do biohacking, they can do brain mapping and brain hack and all this. Even same thing Devesh Kumar Pathak, astrologer, has said, but he talks in terms of aliens. Although there are no aliens, aliens is nothing but a lie, and a lie, and is an alien, so it's a lie. So aliens are nothing but these jinn, demons, summoned entities, fallen angels, whatever. So Devesh Kumar Pathak, he was saying that, yeah, these aliens have the technology to hack somebody's brain. So how are these aliens hacking my brain? Who are these aliens? Negative entities or jinn. Okay. So if they are the jinn, then somebody's summoning these jinn and demons. Who's summoning? The tantrics or the witches. Where are these witches located? In the military base. One military base has 300 witches, as Billy Crone Pastor said. So from an Illuminati and all these cabals, Freemasons, they do witchcraft. they do blood sacrifice, human sacrifice, animal sacrifice. They kill, they drink their blood, they eat their flesh, child sacrifice, all this. Even Renee, Lisa Rene's, you can look up ascensionglossary.com or ascensionavatar.com, and she has explained all about SRA, about NAA, negative alien agenda, child sacrifice, human sacrifice, all these rituals, sexual abuse ritual. She talks about matrix. She talks about um, all these reptilians and a lot of other stuff that aliens she talks about, So anyways, I'm not going to go in detail about that. But yeah, this was the torture for today. And it did not bother me as much, but I'm thankful that they are doing it more so that I can record it. I have to record this because these are the only evidences. Because back then, when they used to do a lot of gang stalking in 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18, within my neighborhood, literally the absolute random cars would be placed at either the stop sign, like right in my subdivision, or there will be cop cars in right outside my house, or ambulance right outside my house, and fire trucks outside my house, and a lot of random cars. It was so bizarre, like any sane person can tell this is not normal, because I used to go do a lot of shopping before my actual gang stalking started, and I never had seen these kind of random cars within my subdivision and even in the neighborhood. So I knew obviously it was all so artificial. So somebody was telling these people to, oh, now you stay here, she's coming out. Now you stay here, she's coming out, Um, so back then I didn't know that I could record videos about for these people. And then when I joined the targeted individuals website and groups, that is when these people started to say that you need to record, you need to take evidence, you need to keep evidence. Oh, now they are giving me twitch on the left side of my foot as I'm speaking, confirming the same. So yeah, back then I didn't know, so I never took any of these photos, videos about all these strange stuff. And I noticed that when I heard these people saying that you should record, you should take these evidences, and it's illegal to do all this, that's when I realized, and I started to do it. And guess what, I actually bought a camera for my car to record these people, and I used to put it on my dashboard, and I used to upload, I used to show it. I started doing that a lot. And when I started to do with my cell phone camera, I think they did definitely lessened all of these activities lessened. Yeah, it did lessened, and it did and almost after Almas Jacob's video, a lot of other things, because I actually came to know the reality of Illuminati, that oh, these people are trying to prove me criminal about everything and trying to make me guilty about feel guilty about everything. And then I realized, oh my God, these people are already evils and devils. They are the worst human being a planet could have, or Earth could have. And I'm like, oh, and these people are trying to tell me how bad I am. It was like same that Almas Jacob says, that these Illuminati people, they make good people look bad people look good, evil is nice, and nice is evil. Anything truth is the lie, and whatever the lies is said is the truth. So the moment I see when these Gerald Sosby and all these people, when they open their mouth on Facebook about me, Barbara Hartwell and all that, they immediately open their mouth to lie. Okay. And so I know that Almas Jacob is correct, although he's a part of Illuminati. But yeah, he's correct in a way that, yeah, evil is good and good is evil. Truth is the false, or the true is false, yeah. And the false is the truth. Okay. So That is what, and then literally, then that some stupid other person comes from Florida who tells that she's a targeted individual and tries to take side of Gerald Sosby. Oh, no, no, he himself is a victim. No, he's not a victim. Maybe either you're full or you're just being on his side and you are also lying at the same time. So I don't know if you are a fool or you are a liar, but either way, you are one of them.